Well, good morning, everybody. This is Melissa Houston. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am a health insurance specialist in Victoria, BC, and I am also a runner.
All right. Good morning, all. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Marnie Dangerfield, and I'm a wellness coach and advocate and an avid gardener.
Yes, this is our launch day. This is so exciting. Thank you again for joining us. Um, we're going to talk a little bit more about how this all came to be a little bit later. Well, to start things off, there's an agenda that we'll run through. And Marnie, did you want to take care of that?
Certainly, yes. So we're going to start off with our value statement in a minute, and then we'll both alternate sharing our daily inspiration um, and then a daily wellness tip. And then we're going to share ways to follow us or be in touch with us. And we'll finish off with a motivational quote from Melissa.
Thanks. Awesome. So, our value statement, why we gather here today. Today, we gather
In the spirit of possibility,
in support of community,
to encourage holistic well being,
to empower our authentic selves,
to share appreciation,
to express compassion.
and to enjoy this gift of life.
Yay.
Yay. So,
Yeah, so if anyone on the call, what I'm going to do, we're going to encourage you to communicate with us via the Zoom group chat function. If you are not that familiar with Zoom, to make it a little bit easier for you to find, I'm just going to type something in so that it'll sort of pop up on your screen, and then that way it's easy for you to find, and then you can chat with us using that function. And I hope you're enjoying the lovely Thai beach scene we have going today. It's courtesy of Relaxing Sound ZZZ or ZZZ on YouTube, just to give credit where credit is due. So I'm just punching in the group chat. There we go. So yeah, as Marty said, if there's anything in particular that is moving you, motivating, inspiring you to be the best you can be today, if you want to share that with us via the group function, we would love to hear you.
great stuff. Thanks, Melissa. So I think I'll roll into my daily inspiration then.
Mhm.
And what's been inspiring, especially this past week. I'm not sure if there's any early morning people out there. Feel free to type in the chat if you are, but I've been up and outside early. And so with the time change that we're experiencing, a portion of when I'm out is dark and I see the stars quite clearly because it's been clear mornings, and the moon and how it changes every day. And then I'm getting to experience the shift from that dark to the light with some beautiful sunrises this past week. And it's just been finding it really inspiring and beautiful to connect to that, and just how it's just this visual natural reminder of how every day is new and every day is different, because the moon's always looking different every day, the stars, the sunrise, and it just really connects me to that this bigger picture, and the excitement of getting to be a part of it and getting to experience it. So that's been my motivation, my inspiration this week.
Oh, that's so lovely. I was out this morning to go for a quick run before this happened, the webcast, and it was just before sunrise, and the moon is just such a slight sliver out there in the cloud. There's a few clouds and they're kind of pinky. It was just so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Marnie.
Thanks.
And for me, my inspiration, I actually wanted to share sort of what inspired me to start this webcast at all. So back in July, there was a week-long webcast series, essentially, that Marnie and I both participated in through a business networking group that we're a part of called eWomen Network. And the CEO and founder of the organization, Sandra Yancey, had put on this webcast series for a week. I think she called it the $1 Million Success Series. And each day she had a guest, and they were talking about things to help people feel motivated and giving them tips on things that they could do to improve their businesses, help them be more successful. And but a lot of it has to do with not physical external things that you can do, but internal things, ways of looking at things differently, and how to prioritize things within yourself so that you can be more successful. And I just found it such a wonderful experience as far as having something to look forward to first thing in the morning. And at the end of the half hour, I just felt so energized, and I wanted to go out and have the best day possible afterwards. And I'm like, this is doing exactly what she meant it to do. And then at the end of the week, I was sad. I didn't want these webcasts to stop. I said, no, I want something every day in the morning to help me feel like I can go out there and be the best person I can be. Because there's lots of research about how important mornings are to, being successful and happy in life, creating a good morning routine of healthy habits. And I think I do a lot of those, but the one thing that I felt was missing out of my morning routine was a way to connect with people and to connect with them in a positive way. So at the end of the webcast series, I was disappointed. I was like, I wish there was something else like this that I could participate in. And then I was like, well, it doesn't seem like it would be all that difficult. So why not be the change I want to see in the world? Why not create a similar thing that we could invite people to join us with? And I approached Marnie to see if she might be interested in co-hosting with me, because her and I don't know, we have a lot of the same sensibilities as far as wanting to be positive and healthy. And so I don't know, it just seemed like something that she would enjoy. So I'm so delighted that she did agree to join me in this. And so that's sort of how this all started. And I can guarantee you every morning that we do these, I will be motivated. It's really hard for me to not to imagine waking up and going, oh, I get to do another webcast this morning with Marnie, and I'll get to chat with whoever is available to come on the calls with us. And I think it's going to be a wonderful addition to my days, however many days we're able to do it in a week. So that's my daily inspiration for today.
Oh, that's fabulous, Melissa. Thank you. And I'm just so grateful you came up with this idea, and as you said, chose to be the change you wanted to see. And because as you mentioned, it was a similar effect on me, those daily mornings with Sandra Yancey, and feeling like yes, and wanting that to continue. So I'm really grateful that you decided to do this.
Yeah, and obviously hers were very business oriented, but I wanted something that anyone could find value in and would improve their day in some way, whatever their days are like. And that's also why we decided to do it at this time of day. So people are still just, getting going. And yeah, it's fairly easy to come on and listen to us, either online or on the phone, while you're getting going for your day. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if we can spread a little positivity in the world.
Yes, 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 yes. Love it.
Yeah. We're a little quiet on the group chat this morning. So you want to just dive into your daily wellness, Marnie?
Okay, yes. And it feeds off what I was just saying. My gratitude for you is I'm not sure if anyone on the call has a gratitude practice already or not. Feel free to note if you have. But one big wellness practice that I highly urge you to try if you have not tried it or to recommit yourself to is a daily gratitude practice. These doesn't have to take a long time. It can just take a minute, even whether it's when you're waking in the morning. I tend to do in the morning when I wake, and actually just before I go to sleep, I think of a few things I'm grateful for. But you can also pepper it throughout your day. At moments where you just pause and think of something you're grateful for, take in a beautiful scene. Our minds are magical things, but they also can get caught up in stories and have a tendency towards a negativity bias. But with a gratitude practice, we're kind of able to rewire some of that and create these gratitude waves, which help our overall well-being. So yeah, so that would be and if you can feel free to message at me after, or if you're looking for other tips, but something simple as when you wake in the morning, think of 3 things you're grateful for, or even if to start off your habit, just one thing. And some people like to write them down. That's also a good practice. But just each day committing to that awareness of what's good in your life, something you're grateful for. Um, there's a quote by Brene Brown that I really like. It says, "I don't have to chase extraordinary moments to find happiness. It's right in front of me if I'm paying attention and practicing gratitude." So that's the wellness tip this week is encourage you to start a practice. And put emphasis on the practice, because it's one day. It's great to have gratitude now and then for sure, but to create a daily practice really, really will help your overall well-being. So.
Well, that's wonderful. For me lately, I'll just share that I found a new resource for tracking my daily activities at work, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love it because there's a section. I'm going to try to remember all the sections off the top of my head. There's one for like success habits. So I list like meditating and exercising are examples of success habits for me. And then there's like key things that you do today, and but there's a whole section of like the thing I've learned today, the best part of my day, and then a section for I am grateful for, and then there's a spot for like 5 different things. So at the end of my work day, I get to reflect on my day, so at least at that point, and put in some of my positive experiences, including things I'm grateful for. So it's just keeping it top of mind for me. And I like the fact that I'm recording it, because then at some point I can go back and read through them, especially if I'm having a bad day. Do you ever do that, Marnie? Do you ever write down what you're grateful for and then reflect on that if things aren't going well one day?
Yes. Oh, yes. It's just like this ray of sunshine you get to open up, like, oh, yes, that's right. It connects you back and gets you out of that
Yeah.
heaviness that can happen. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you get stuck in kind of a negative mindset, sometimes you can forget all the different things you have to be grateful for. So I think that's definitely a benefit to writing them down.
Definitely. And I've seen people, they write them down on pieces of paper and put them in a jar, and it's like their gratitude jar. And similar idea to what you were saying is then they're having a day where they're not feeling great or things aren't going so well, they'll put their hand in the jar and take one out as a room, like, what am I grateful for again? So it's, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for
Mhm.
sharing that. So I'm happy to say that we've had a few more people join us this morning. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. You've caught us near the end, but I hope you're still going to enjoy the part of the webcast that you've been here for. So I wanted to share our contact information so that people can find us online, so they can see. I'll go on probably tomorrow to post the call details for next week. At the moment, we're probably just going to do it on Wednesday mornings for the time being. Is that right, Marnie?
That's my understanding, but yeah.
Okay, so just to give you all a heads up on that. So for the time being, we'll do Wednesday mornings. We might increase it at some point, but so I'm just going to move this over here to our screen. There we go.
I like the music.
That's the one thing we're missing. It'd be nice to have a little background music. So you can reach us via email at motivation.mornings@gmail.com. The Facebook page is probably going to be our main method of communicating things that are happening with the webcast, including the call details. So that's probably where you all received that information for this call. But if you have not yet been there, I highly encourage you to do that. We are also on Instagram. That will probably be just more fun, motivational stuff that we post occasionally. And YouTube, that is where we're going to post the recordings of these. And then we will also share them on the Facebook page. So if you prefer to just subscribe to the YouTube channel, that will be available. Once I post the recording of this webcast, it will be easy to find our channel. So that's probably the easiest way to find us. Although I might in the future have an actual link for future webcasts to find it direct. But for the time being, I would recommend looking for the recording on Facebook of this particular webcast.
Fantastic. Well, thank you. And so before we finish off with Melissa's motivational quote, just really want to acknowledge those who've joined us this morning and those of you who are going to be listening on the replay. But just thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for this. And yeah, just really wanted to send our appreciation for you this morning.
I just did something funny. Sorry. Tech error. There we go. All right. So before we sign off, I wanted to share a motivational quote with you all. And I've got an image to move. There we go. So actually on eWomen Network, they have a whole section on their webpage for inspirational quotes. How amazing is that? So because Sandra Yancey and eWomen Network were part of my inspiration for today, I decided to take a quote from there. And as you can see, it says, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." And that's by Robert Louis Stevenson. I thought that was appropriate. I feel like we're planting seeds today.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh. I love that, of course. Such a great quote.
Yeah. As Marnie the gardener, you would have
Just like, garden related. Thank you.
I didn't think of that when I picked it. I should take credit for that idea. Well, We'll sign off for now. I hope you all have such a wonderful day. It's still summer. It's beautiful out here in Victoria. I hope it's lovely wherever you are in the world. And we hope to see you next Wednesday for our next webcast.
Yes, definitely. Sending love and kindness to you all.
Wonderful. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.